back on stage, we could soon continue to hear more of those who remain in this building's ether.
David said something interesting, which was basically about that where we are, this area, is where a bomb would have gone off and lots of people were killed, and it's never been lifted, that energy, that feeling.
They've just built on top of it and left it. People don't think about it. People don't think about the traumatic energy and to release it. That's what we were trying to do. Later, we're trying to release it.
Are you talking about the World War II bomb?
Yeah. So I have no connection with the earlier one at all, with the later one at all.
We're calling out to any spirits here that might be with us now. We're sure that you're here. Did you die in a bomb blast in World War II?
That was under me then.
That was 1, 2, 3.
That was under me then.
That was 1, 2, 3.
Could you please knock out how many spirits are with us now?
Oh my God.
Thank you. There seems to be so many of you.
I can hear astrally as well.
What can you hear?
Hand clap.
Really?
Yeah.
What, get off?
I've not heard it. Yeah, well, that's what it would say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, get off.
And do you know what's even more disturbing? It's one hand.
Oh, you're joking.
One person. It's this. This is what I'm hearing in my ears.
Who is this one person that's doing this?
Don't know.
Is it the guy who was
Big.
twice the size?
Yeah.
I have just had, that is bizarre. I've never had that before. As I was talking, half a face flashed into...
Do you know, I thought I just got a shadow at the side of you. And I moved over like that.
Wow.
Because...
It's banging again.
Oh, it's weird.
I had half a face, a woman's face.
A woman's face.
A woman's face, half a face.
We'd been met with a mixture of phenomena that matched this building's eclectic 200-year-old existence. From our earlier encounter with the theatre's charming founder, James Maxwell, to a huge, dark presence in the midst of the auditorium's astral energies, many of whom appear to have perished in a World War II explosion. But had any other events furthered the Royal Exchange's claims of being haunted? An impromptu séance in the main auditorium saw John Gilbert's fear suddenly result in an outpouring of tears off camera.
I am so scared.
What's up?
Right.
Johnny, you alright?
Johnny, you alright? I just would be really scared.
Whilst moments later, Carl felt someone smack him on the back of his head. And out in the foyer, both Richard and Stuart felt a similar unease that psychic Ian Shillito recognised as symptoms of spiritual activity.
Something touched me. Did you feel anything? You just felt touched on me? Oh, something definitely touched me on my right breast. God, I feel so weak.
Do you?
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You've got that like complete something's taking your energy away.
Totally drained.
Yeah, this is what we can't got.
Totally zapped of any energies out of.
Do you find it tight in the chest? Anxious? That sort of
Well, I've got that.
panic attack type of feeling? Yeah.
Is that the norm?
Yeah.
And over 24 hours, we monitored every single haunted area of this building, with one room proving most evidential. With David earlier identifying a woman possibly called Lily who could affect flowers of the same name in the wigs and makeup room, Steve Parsons set up a locked-off camera which did capture two rather unusual audibles. Listen very closely for what appears to be either a groan or even a dragging sound before our lilies begin to wilt despite being fresh at the start of the day. So, did this prove that we were in a haunted theatre, or simply increase the mystery surrounding one particular corner of Manchester city centre?
So, all in all, a very intriguing 24 hours at the Royal Exchange Theatre. I would say not the most haunted place we've ever been into, but haunted. I would think the best part of the night was when David Wells actually came up with a guy called James who hadn't died long ago. We're talking of a modern haunting. Guy who had been a director at the building, and with us at the time was Jacob, who was actually a very good friend of this chap, and Jacob was able to literally authenticate the stuff that David was coming up with. And I have to say, Jacob really was very impressed with David during the evening.
Do you know what? I know this sounds really silly. I actually feel really drunk.
You feel drunk?
Very good bit when Yvette became, or appeared to become, drunk.
Ian, of course, attributed this to spirit activity. The crew had just returned from a main meal break. It may be down to the food, or it may be that Yvette was picked up and carried along with the emotion of what Ian had been saying. We set up a trigger object experiment in the wig room. Staff had said to us that flowers, specifically white lilies, when placed on the windowsill, had been found within a few hours, or certainly a day, to be scattered on the floor. On reviewing the tape, we noticed that one of the lilies did in fact seem to move. Looking at the movement of the flower, I think this can be more properly attributed to wilting of the flower. Later, both Carl and John Gilbert reported that they'd been further pushed or prodded.
No, calm.
This could be something as simple as a muscle spasm, or perhaps part of the equipment or the clothing snagging on them.
What?
These sort of phenomena are commonly reported during investigations and are associated with paranormal activity. The Royal Exchange was a particularly interesting building and a difficult building for the crew to investigate, located as it was within the centre of Manchester city centre. This meant that there was a lot of external noise throughout the investigation, and whilst we might want to attribute the noises and some of the other phenomena inside the building with a paranormal cause, it is much more likely that we're dealing with noises, lights and other effects from outside the building.
And as we exit Manchester's Royal Exchange, we leave behind a building that day after day still reverberates to sights and sounds that bring both delight and dread. Sleep tight.